back to my channel. So in today's video I have recreated Jacqueline Fernandez's new song, not her song, sorry, Badshah's new song where Jacqueline is acting in the video. So I have recreated her look from the song Genda Phool. It is so beautiful. She looks so stunning. She's got that whole glam shebang going on in the entire video. Like, she's changed multiple outfits, but the makeup is pretty much the same. And I really love her bong avatar, because I think for some reason I really love bong looks. Like, I really love dressing up as a Bengali girl. I don't know, I mean, I just really like it. So I've kind of zoomed into the video just to see her makeup look, and this is what I came up with. So this is my recreation from the look, and I feel this is pretty close to Jacqueline's makeup look, except for the hair, because I did not have like a smaller tong to create shorter waves. So yeah, this is what I could do. And before I begin this video, please hit on that like button and also subscribe to my channel. And with that, let's jump into the video. Okay, so before I begin, I'm just gonna go through the video again just to make sure that I do not miss out on any detail, because I love it is a full glam makeup look with a little bit of smokiness and some pink, like a nice blend of pinky eyeshadow going on. I'm not sure if that's a cut crease though, so we're gonna try and get as close as possible to that, but it's completely doable. So let's get started. I haven't moisturized my face, it's completely bare, so I'm gonna start with a little bit of moisturizer. I'm using the SULWAHASU concentrated ginseng moisturizer. You guys can use whatever you want. This is what I've been using currently. I just got it in a PR before the lockdown, and I randomly tried it out and I really liked it, so I've been using it ever since, and I can't wait to get my hands on a bigger version of this if it's even available, because this is so good. And anyway, so this is like a Korean brand that is just launched in India. It's on Nykaa, but unfortunately you can't get your hands on it right now because of the lockdown and everything. But yeah, I mean, once the lockdown is over, definitely check this brand out because it's really good. I'm just gonna really nicely massage that cream into my skin. For my primer today, I'm using the Sugar Cosmetics Face Forward Primer Stick. It's a very handy primer stick actually. This primer is like literally just silicone in a tube, like in a stick format, and it works really well on my skin type because, you know, a lot of open pores and everything. So I'm just gonna apply it on the areas where I have open pores. Just gonna use my fingers to just spread it. It does not really have any fragrance. पता नहीं क्या तड़के मार रही मम्मी आज. Okay. For my base, I'm using the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Foundation. I'm in the shade 220 Natural Beige. It's actually been a while since I used this foundation. So I'm just gonna shake it up a little and then just take one pump of this, because this is exactly the amount that I use of this foundation, and that is enough. And then I'm gonna take my YBP Beauty Blender and I'm gonna start blending that all over my face. I love this foundation. I know a lot of people have problems with this foundation, but personally to me, this foundation is really good. Like, the color matches me perfectly, it lasts really long, it doesn't oxidize on me for some reason. Yeah. It's just one of my favorite foundations. And then, as we usually do, I'm going to bounce it all over my face to make sure everything extra is picked up by the blender. And for my concealer today, again, I'm going to be using the Sugar Cosmetics Waterproof Concealer. This is in the shade Cappuccino, number 15. And I'm going to use this as my brightening concealer. You guys know the drill. I'm going to apply it underneath my eyes just to brighten it up on the bridge of my nose. My mom really needs to stop this. And a little bit on my forehead. Just a little bit of reverse contouring here. I like how I didn't have to go back into my bottle to take more product. Okay, then I'm gonna use my blender and just blend that into my skin. Okay, so I'm just gonna brighten up my under eye. I love how easily that just blends. Okay, so now moving on, I'm going to use the PAC Cosmetics Take Cover Concealer in the shade. Unfortunately, the shade is not mentioned here, but this is a very dark brown shade, which I'm going to use as my contour shade. So I'm going to dot it on the areas where I generally contour. And whenever I'm using a liquid contour like this, I always just dot it. I don't make lines on my face because then blending gets very difficult, especially if the concealer turns out to be like full coverage or maybe like really pigmented. Then you end up having like big patches of brown on your skin. So it's always safer to like make dots on your face and then blend it. So I'm going to use my blender again and start blending that. Okay, and now I'm going to use my favorite Palladio rice setting powder, and I'm going to use my blender itself. I'm going to dip the blender into the rice powder and set my base. So I'm not baking my face because I generally don't like to bake, but you guys can go ahead and bake if you think that's something that works for you. And I feel like when you're setting your face with powder, using a damp beauty blender actually works really well because it just like kind of like the dampness somehow I feel works well with the entire base. I really don't know the science behind it, but to me honestly I feel it works better than using a brush to apply powder. And now to bronze up my face, I'm using the NYX highlight and contour palette, and I'm going to be using a mixture of a few shades right here. So this is like a warm shade. I'm going to mix like a little bit of cool undertone. Dust off the excess. Intensify that contour that you did earlier. You see that shadow that comes on your face like that? That's what I'm talking about. Work on that jawline, baby. We've eaten a lot this quarantine. Let's hide that double chin. Okay, and now I'm going to be using the Milani Tea Rose blush. She looks really nice and rosy and like flushed in the video, so I think that's my excuse to overdo blush today as well. But she does look really nice and flushed. And now to highlight my face, I'm using this Revolution blush palette, which also has like so many highlighter shades going on. I'm gonna just mix a little bit of this golden shade and then this rose gold shade right here. Dust off the excess and apply it on the high points of my face. I'm gonna keep it really simple and subtle because that's how her makeup also looks like. I mean, she's wearing a full-on glam face, but it still looks really nice and decent and wearable. So that's how I'm gonna keep it. We're not gonna overdo anything today except for blush because I said so. I love how that looks actually. Rather than applying it on your forehead, I really love putting it here, just right above your brow bone. I feel that catches a lot more light than just putting it right here on the center. Now to finish off with my base, I'm using the BOLLYGLOW Bolly Brow Shape and Set. This is my current favorite eyebrow filler. It has the eyebrow pencil at one end and then it has the brow shaping thing on the other end with the gel and everything, which is why I love it so much. I'm gonna start shaping it. Before I move on, I'm gonna just use the other end also to set my brow hair in place. I mean, I feel this is genius. Like, I don't know why other brow fillers don't really have the brow gel along with it, because this is needed. This is so needed. Okay, so with that we are done with the base, and now moving on to the eyes. I have two eyeshadow palettes right here, which I think I'm gonna just like switch and use. So the first one is the Etude House eyeshadow palette in Peach Farm. It's got a lot of peachy nude shades and a few shimmer shades going on. And then I also have the FOCALLURE Colored the Life eyeshadow palette, because I kind of zoomed into the video and I saw that she's got some pinky smokiness going on. So I'm going to be using a few pink shades from this palette. But mostly I think I'm going to be using this eyeshadow palette. First things first, I'm going to use this soft brown as my transition color, and the brush that I'm going to be using is Sigma E40 brush, and I'm going to start applying that on the outer corner, and I'm going to blend it inwards. If you guys want to see my detailed video on how to blend eyeshadows, then click on the video right here. And then moving on, I'm gonna use this shade, which is like a mauvey lilac shade right here, and I'm gonna kind of blend it with my transition shade. I'm gonna go back into my FOCALLURE palette and get this nice purpley pinky shade right here, and the brush that I'm using for that is Pro Arte PE23 brush. It's slightly smaller than the blending brush that I was using earlier. And again, I'm gonna place that slightly below my brow bone, just to get that nice little soft pinky purpley transition. And then, did I just say I won't be using this palette too much because I'm using this palette? Okay, I take my words back. But the final shade that I'm going to be using is this nice chocolate brown shade called Blackberry. But I'm not going to use a lot of this. I'm just using it just tiny bit to kind of like give that nice dimension to my outer corner. So I'm just going to keep it here. I'm going to just limit it here and a little bit underneath my brow bone to just give that nice little depth around this side. And I'm going to blend it inwards like that. We're going to move on to the next step, which is just creating a very subtle cut crease. Using the PAC Spotlight concealer for that. Honestly, this is a concealer which was just lying around, so I'm using this. You can use any concealer for this. And you want to take a smaller, thin... So you want to take a smaller brush like this, like something which is flat and helps you get that nice cut crease. And you want to just start cutting your crease around the socket of your eye. So just be very careful. It's not a very strong cut crease, to be honest, but I'm pretty sure he's done a little bit of cut crease on her eyes, because otherwise, you know, you cannot really get that focus on the center of your eyes without, you know, cutting the crease a little bit. And then I'm gonna go in with this shade right here and tap that all over my eyelid. Blend all of that with the smoky shadow. Okay, so now she has a nice thick wing eyeliner on top of her eyes, but she's also smoked it out a little. So first I'm going to use the Milani Stay Put Matte eyeliner, and I'm going to create a thick wing liner. To finish it off, I'm going to just curl my lashes and apply mascara, and also maybe wear falsies. Looks like I'm gonna have to wear falsies because it looks a lot better with the falsies than without. So I'm gonna just do all of that and be back in a second. And now for the lips, she's got really nice nude lip with a hint of purple undertone to it. So it's like brown nude but with a hint of purple. So I'm gonna just line my lips first using the ColourPop lip liner in the shade Beeper. You guys can use whatever nude lip liner that you have. The lipstick that I'm gonna use is actually a mixture of I Explore and I Rule. This is the L'Oreal Paris Fruit Signature Liquid Matte Lipstick. So I think I'm gonna apply I Rule first and see how pink that is, and if it's too pink then I'm gonna just layer it up with I Explore. I think this is too pink for the look. I'm gonna layer it up with I Explore. I think with that, this is pretty much the makeup look of Jacqueline Fernandez in the song Genda Phool. And now I'm gonna just do the whole outfit and be back in a second. So yeah, I'm back and this is the finished look. I think it's pretty close to Jacqueline's makeup look from Genda Phool. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the recreation. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section. And yeah, with that, it's a wrap. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and if you recreate it, please tag me and I would love to see it. And also, this is another one of do it with me videos. I hope you guys did it with me. If you didn't do it with me, you guys can do it later, but do tag me if you do it. And with that, it's a wrap. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel before you leave. And with that, I will see you next time. Bye.